Okay, we're on Zevachim Perek Yud Aleph, Mishnah Zayin, 7th Mishnah in the 11th chapter of Masechet Zevachim. So we learned in the last few Mishnayot that kli nechoshet, a metal kli that was used to cook the korban chatat, in bekli nechoshet bushala, umorak v'shutaf b'mayim. It shall be scoured and rinsed in water. That's a translation, scoured and rinsed. What is murika and shtifa? So we're going to talk about it in our Mishnah. So what kelim require merika or shtifa? Says the Mishnah, echad shebishel bo ve'echad she'ira l'tocho ratech. Whether you actually bishel, whether you actually cooked in that vessel, or whether ira l'tocho ratech, whether you poured into it when it was still boiling. Meaning, is this a pot that was on the fire, or once a pot's on the fire, you now pour it from the fire. You're pouring it into like a serving bowl or whatever. Okay, then you have to do marika and shtifa for both of them. Echad kodshe kodshim ve'echad kodshim kalim tu'unim marika u'shtifa. The Tanakama says that even though we said the pasuk was talking about chatat, nonetheless it's logical. It makes sense whether it's for kodshe kodshim or whether it's for kodshe kalim. They require marika and shtifa. That's the position of the Tanakama. Whereas the Rabbi Shimon Omer, says Rabbi Shimon, no, kachim kalim einam tu'unim murika ushtifa. If they're kachim kalim, the bechor and maaser, let's just look at our list again. Shlamim, bechor, maaser, behema, even korban pesach. So remember, those last for 2 days and 1 night in between. There isn't a deadline anyway. Okay, kachim kalim do not require murika ushtifa. Okay, as opposed to but Kachim, Rabbi Shimon agrees, does. Now, the question is, of course, why not? Why wouldn't Kachim Kalim require Marika or Shtifa? Because once the time is, let's say I cooked my Maaser Behema in a pot, but once the time those 2 days, day is over, then the pot now has Ta'am that's Asur. So it's interesting. So the Bartanura says in the Gemara, he doesn't say the Gemara, but Bartanura says, Modeh Rabbi Shimon, Deba'u Hagala. He says no. He agrees that the kachim kalim require Hagala. Hagala is boiled. Why? Shari hatam habalua naaseh notar. The taste that was balua, that was sucked into the side, the walls of the kli become notar, become leftover. Upoto la'achazman beheter imlo yagilenu. Okay. It's if you don't do Hagala. You don't boil it out, then the next time you use the pot, the tam of isur, the tam of the korban, is going to come out into that which was mutar if you don't do hagala. Okay, but he says, listen, I agree you need hagala. But Rabbi Shimon says they don't require mirika and shtifa. So what's the difference between mirika and shtifa and hagala? Aren't those the same thing? So there's 2 major differences. Okay, mirika u'shtifa tzarich sheyeh b'mayim v'lo b'yayin v'lo b'mazug. So first of all, mirika and shtifa have to be done with water. And you can do it with wine, or mazug is wine mixed with water. I don't know why you would, but apparently sometimes they would do that. Moreover, in bishel b'miktzat kli. Okay, let's say you cooked in the pot, right? So theoretically, this is your pot. Okay, this is your pot. It's an earthenware vessel, but whatever. This theoretically is your pot. Just imagine it. And you only cooked up to here. Okay, now do I have to do hagala, the entire thing, the way we do it when we kasher things? Or can I do it only up to the point, a little above the point where the cooking was? Because that's a big difference. It's a big deal. Do you have to boil up the whole pot inside and out, or do you just have to do up to the point? So he says, "Mirika shtifa." One second. Im bishop b'miktzat kli. Te'on mirika shtifa kol akli. Mirika and shtifa require the entire kli. Utzrichim mirika b'chamin ushtifa b'tzonein. You have to mirika is boiling water, we'll see, and shtifa is b'tzonein. Whereas kache kalim, the Rabban Shimon. Magilam afilu biyayin ve'afilu b'mazug rochim. You have to do agala, according to Rabbi Shimon, but you can do it with wine or with mazug, with that mixture of wine and water. V'lo kablinan ela lagil isur anivla. We're only makpid to do hagala on the part up to where the cooking was, the part that was bolea, that got sucked that got seeped into the vessel. Ve'en tzarich lagil ela makom bishul bilvad. You don't have to do hagala, only makom bishul. You don't have to do shtifa and soneh. Why? That's only gzera katuv and chatat and kachei kachim, but not kachim kalim. So therefore, Rabbi Shimon says it doesn't require mikah and shtifa, which has 3 elements. Element number 1, it doesn't have to be done only in water. It could be wine. Why you do that, I don't know. up to the level of the pot. Okay, only, and also the third element we said was the rinse off the cold water afterwards. Rabbi Tarfon Omer says, Rabbi Tarfon, Im bishal bo mitchilat haregel, yivashel bo et kol haregel. Tarfon says something interesting. He says, let's say you're cooking, you're doing kachim, right? Kachi kalim, I think he's talking about. If you're doing kachi kachim, I don't know. Okay, I'm talking about kachi kal. Let's assume. So each time, a korban shlamim, for example, korban shlamim is kachim kalim. Shlamim is kachim kalim, right? So each time he says, if you're cooking, so every time. So let's say you have 2 days. So I do it today. Then tomorrow I cook another korban. So the new korban, he says, pulls out the time from the old and puts in time for the new. So therefore, if you're using the pot to cook the entire regel, you're allowed to keep cooking because every time you cook something new, cook tomorrow, then take time from yesterday, and then the next day for the next day. The Chachamim say it doesn't work that way. Adzman achila. You only have until the amount of time from that you had to eat the first korban. So let's say if you did a shlamim, you only have today and tomorrow. And then you have to kasha the pot. You have to do hagala or merikan shtifa based on who you're asking. Okay, or the Tanakama merikan shtifa, and then you can use the pot again. What is merikan shtifa? Merika k'merika takos ushtifa k'shtifa takos. What does that mean? Merika takos. I'll look at the kati for a second. So he says it's like birkat hamazon merika, meaning before you do use a cup for benching. So merikat takos is inside. Washing the inside. And shtifatakos, he says, on the outside. Or there's a version of this in a Braita that says that it's a machloket. Merika b'chamin. Another opinion is merika b'chamin, ushtifa b'tzonein. Right, you're doing merika with hot water, and then you rinse it off with cold water. By the way, that's how we do hagalah today. You pour it into boiling water, and then you have to rinse it off with cold water. V'ashafud v'askal ashfud is a skewer that you use to roast, and askala is a reshet, is a kind of netting that they would use, like to hold to when you're roasting, like it was kind of like a roasting sort of net that you would use. Magilam b'chamin, all you would do is hagalah. You'd have to do hagalah b'chamin in hot water, and that was enough for merikan shtifa for those kelim. All right, we'll stop here. Dedicate our learning to the memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a good day.